All right, here we go. This is the new Bulats speaking test. According to this, it should take about 15 minutes. So here we go. Let's see how it goes. I have to answer all questions. I have to listen carefully and speak when I am instructed. There are 5 parts to the test. Some of the parts require you to listen and respond. Some of the parts require you to read and respond. The timer will show you how long you have to give your answers. All right, let's do it.
Part 1. Interview. You will be asked 8 questions.
Okay.
Listen to each question and respond after the tone.
Hi.
Look at the timer to see how much time you have to give your answer.
了解. Question 1.
Can you tell me your full name?
My full name is James. My full name is James Flood. That's it.
How do you spell your surname?
My surname is spelled Flood. Flood.
Where are you from?
I am from Victoria, BC in Canada. It's on the west coast. It's very beautiful.
What do you like most about your hometown?
My hometown has a lot of greenery, so lots of beautiful nature and nice beaches. It's a nice place to visit, and yeah, it's nice.
What's your job?
I own an English school in Kobe City in Japan, and I teach there. And my job is to help Japanese people speak better English so they can be confident and they can talk with their coworkers and friends.
What exactly does your job involve?
I sit down face to face with my students, and sometimes online, and we discuss various topics relating to their work or their hobbies or their interests, and I improve their vocabulary and correct their grammar mistakes to make sure their English is better.
What made you decide on this kind of work?
I like the flexibility of my schedule. I can choose my days off, and I can help people. It feels good to help people. When people's lives are improved thanks to me, I can feel great about the work I'm doing.
How do you use English in your work?
I use English every day. I use English every day at work. It's the basis of my job. I teach people every mistake they make, and that's how I use English at work.
Part 2. Reading aloud. You will see 8 sentences on the screen.
Okay,
Read each sentence aloud after the tone.
got it.
Look at the timer to see how much time you have to give your answer.
はい。
Question 1.
This is the latest version of the plan.
Question 2.
These are the minutes of the last committee meeting. I think I was a bit early. I have to wait for the mic.
Question 3.
Sales have risen faster than expected over the last quarter. I have to wait for this mic icon to appear.
Question 4.
I will give you a summary of the figures at the end of my talk. I was early again. That's a big mistake.
Question 5.
Mr. Bond apologizes for not being able to attend the reception. Mr. James Bond.
Question 6.
Permission to develop the land must be gained in advance, sir.
Question 7.
Dr. Clark would like you to phone her back before 3 o'clock. Please. Good manners.
Question 8.
The design should follow the guidelines set out in the tender specifications. Of course.
Part 3. Presentation.
Fun.
You will have 1 minute to talk about a topic.
Got it.
First, you have 40 seconds to read the task and prepare what you are going to say.
Yes.
You will then be given 1 minute to speak.
Ready. Okay, talk about your idea of the perfect office to work in. You should say where this office should be, what the office should be like, what facilities the office should have, right? Where it should be, downtown, close to the station, should look like modern, have lots of green things in it. Facilities, but a break room, recreation, something like that. Maybe a place to play, place for food. Okay, I can do that. I'm ready. I'm ready. Remember to wait for the mic icon.
Please begin speaking now.
In my opinion, the perfect office to work in would be located near the train station for easy access and also near many nice restaurants so that it would be easy to enjoy lunch without taking up too much time. It would also be located near my home if possible, but I can accept the train station. The office should be very beautiful, a modern minimalistic style, very little simple design. Hopefully a lot of greenery so we can feel some fresh nature. I would also like the office to have facilities such as a recreation room where employees can take breaks. Also comfortable meeting rooms so that employees can feel open to discuss their feelings and opinions. That summarizes my opinion about the perfect office to work in. Thank you.
Part 4. Presentation with graphics. You will have 1 minute to talk about some visual information. First, you have 1 minute to look at the task and prepare what you are going to say.
Okay.
You will then be given 1 minute to speak.
Yes, ma'am. All right, these charts show the breakdown of the total exports of a company called Pepco to 3 countries during the years 25, 26, 27. Look at the information and talk about the changes that took place between 2005 and 2007. All right, so we've got Japan. Japan's share is shrinking. Brazil's share is growing and then shrinking. And then Canada's share is steady and then growing. All right. This graph doesn't say the total volume of sales, so we could mention that. No total volume is mentioned, just a share of sales.
Please begin speaking now.
This graph shows the total exports of Pepco to 3 countries. In 2005, Japan constituted the majority of Pepco's exports with 75%, and the remaining 25% was divided as 15 and 10% for Canada and Brazil, respectively. However, in 2006, Japan's share decreased drastically by 20%. Canada's did not increase at all, and Brazil took that 20% from Japan, increasing to 30%. In 2007, Japan's share further decreased another 5% for half of Pepco's exports at 50%. Brazil's share declined to 25%, and Canada's share increased to 25%. So in the end, Brazil and Canada share equal export shares, and Japan is still the majority with half of Pepco's exports.
Part 5. Communication activity.
Okay.
You will imagine you are in this situation.
I am in the situation.
You have 40 seconds to read the task.
了解. Speaker is planning a business conference and she wants to find out my opinion of what is important when making arrangements for a successful conference. Okay, she will ask you a question about location, equipment, catering, supply, facilities, conference speakers, length of conference. All right, this is very similar to the old Bulats part 3. All right, she's going to ask me about the location, equipment, catering. Catering is like food delivery. Conference speakers. Oh, we have speakers. Length of the conference. Okay, I'm ready. Ready des. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Bingo.
How important do you think the location of a conference is?
The location is terribly important. If the location is not good, very few people will attend. And to make it a good location, it has to be situated near public transportation. And it has to be near good food also, unless there is good catering available.
What equipment should a good conference centre have?
Of course, a good conference center should have a projector and a screen, at minimum, and a sound system. But if the conference also has a stage which could be moved to make space for more chairs, that would be even more convenient, so that more guests could attend.
What catering facilities do you expect to find in a good conference centre?
In a good conference center, I expect a variety of catering facilities to be available from various local restaurants so that attendees may have a selection of food to choose from. But I would be satisfied with a basic continental breakfast type of catering.
What makes a good conference speaker?
A good conference speaker moves around on the stage, so he's not boring. Talks about a very interesting subject that every attendee can relate to, so they feel like they've not wasted their money. A good conference speaker should be very experienced in the subject he's discussing.
What is the ideal length of a good conference?
The ideal length of a conference can vary greatly. It depends on how many speakers there are, how many topics there are to discuss. Although, at most in a day, it should be 7 hours, broken up into several breaks with a good lunch in between. But multiple days is okay.
That's the end of the Bulats speaking test.
That was exactly 15 minutes. What's it going to do now? You have now completed the test. Yay! We've completed it. That's fantastic. So that's what it was like. Some parts felt a little bit quick. Like I didn't have time to say everything I wanted to say, and other times were really long. 20 seconds to ask me some questions felt much too long. For example, 10 seconds for my name was unreasonable. And I definitely had to be careful to not speak before the mic appeared. Many times I heard the beep and then I started to speak right away, but the mic icon didn't appear and the timer wasn't counting down. So I think it cut the beginning of my answer. Perhaps I would lose some points for that. So definitely wait for the timer to count down, wait for the 10 to change to a 9, and then, except for that, I think it's a pretty reasonable test. Of course, my answers were very long and complex. Your answers don't need to be so long. Much simpler answers are okay. I gave very long answers. I'll try the test again and see if I get a different set of questions. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.